Hi, it's a beautiful day in the apiary today. Unfortunately, it's also a hot day in the apiary today. And again, unfortunately, I'm in full gear today because I have a hive that I'm going to have to work with in a few minutes that is hot in a different way, a very angry hive. So I've come out in all of my gear today. But before I get to that angry hive here in just a minute, I wanted to take a look at my top bar hive and give you a little bit of update on how it's progressing. So I'm going to start by taking off my top and sitting it to the side. You can see the top bars that are arranged here. About this much of the hive is completely empty. It's just covered up to keep it safe from anything else getting into the hive and from it irritating the bees. The bees are up here in this end. Their entrance is on this end of the hive. And I took a peek at them a couple of days ago and could see that there's still a huge cluster of bees in here. More bees than they have comb built out, but that they have progressed in doing some comb. Now that's been a few days ago, so I'm going to take a look today and see how they're doing and whether they've progressed any further than where they were when I looked at them the other day. So I'm going to go back a few top bars further back than where I think they are. And sure enough, this top bar doesn't feel like it has any comb on it. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 top bars back. You can see I have just a very small amount of comb that they've built out, and this is comb that wasn't here a few days ago. So this little small piece of comb feels very tender, and it's very hot out here. So that puts this little piece of comb at risk. So I'm going to move very quickly to get it back inside. You can see on the one behind it, they're working to get some comb going, but they really hadn't done anything on this top bar yet. So I'm going to sit that one aside to give me some room, and I'm going to put this little piece of comb back in there very gently. So that's pretty to see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th bar already has a little bit of comb on it. So I've set that back into place. Let's take a look at what the 6th bar looks like. I can see what you can't see looking down from the top up here, that it looks really nice. Here's what the 6th bar looks like in this hive. Nice piece of comb on there. Really building that out. Beautiful white comb, and they're working hard on it. There's not anything in that honeycomb. It's just plain beautiful white comb right now, but that's going to be used later as part of their brood nest. So I'm very happy to see that. I'm going to keep moving just a little bit here. Let's go to the 5th comb and take a look at what it looks like. Here's my 5th top bar. I can feel a lot more weight associated with this top bar. You can see, beautiful piece of comb, covered in bees. The bees are gentle, they're not flying very much. This one even has some honey in it towards the top of the bar, which is the way the bees normally fill it out. Let me see if this side looks the same. It does. I'm going to get close to the camera here and let you see that the very top part of the comb has honey in it. That's the way bees normally fill out a honeycomb, with a little bit of honey in the top and then a little bit of pollen below that, and then the queen will start laying brood underneath that honey and pollen. On this side of the comb I can even see a little bit of pollen. Let's see if, I don't know whether that'll come out on a camera. You can look at it real close and see if you see it. There's both pollen and honey in that comb. I'm going to put it back. Keep going. I'm going to see if I have any evidence anywhere of the queen laying a little bit. I want the bees to get down inside here so that I don't have much of this hive open. So even though they're being nice and gentle right now, I'm going to give them just a little bit of smoke to drive them down in here so that I can close up the top bars that I've disturbed so far. without crushing any bees. And I'm going to keep moving. I'm looking to make sure down the sides as I do this that none of this comb is attached to the side of my hive. And now I'm getting into big enough pieces of comb that I'm concerned that it is attached to the hive just a little bit. So I've got a little knife here that I'm going to use and run just down the side here to make sure, because this comb feels like it might be attached a little bit, that there's no attachment to the side of the hive, because this comb is still very new and very fragile, and there's enough heat out here that if there's any attachment there and I start moving this comb, I'm pretty well sure to tear this comb up and end up with a mess. Alright, so I've got that piece broken loose. I'm going to pull that out. This is comb number 4. I still feel like maybe I'm feeling a little attachment. Maybe it's just the weight. It looks like it's just the weight of the comb. Alright, so there's what the 4th top bar looks like. Again, I see honey, I see pollen, and I'm looking to see if I see any evidence of the queen laying. And this comb is so white, it's very hard for me to see. But if you've watched my other videos where I set this top bar hive up, I told you how sickly these bees were and how poorly they seem to be doing in their old hive. And I can't tell you what a beautiful sight that is to me. A bunch of beautiful bees, looking healthy, building healthy looking comb, and not anxious, excited, angry at all, not flying, not causing me any problems. That's a happy bunch of bees right there. I think they like this new home a whole lot better than what they had before. Sit this back in here real gently. Again, I'm looking for evidence of the queen. And so even though what I've seen here is very pretty so far, I'm going to go ahead and proceed a little further. Keep trying to get to the point where I might see some evidence that there's a queen laying in here. Beautiful. Okay, here's what we're looking for, folks. I'm going to get close to the camera so you can see it. Those cells in the honeycomb that have a covering over it are brood cells that have been capped, where the queen has first laid an egg and those eggs have become larvae. Then the worker bees cover that cell up as the larva goes into the pupa stage, and out of those sealed up cells of comb will come new baby bees. So this is all the evidence I need. I don't have to see a queen. If I hunted for her long enough, I'd probably find her. But I see the evidence that a queen's in there because I have baby bees in that comb, and only a queen can do that. So look at that nice straight comb. Look at the brood in it. This is going really well so far. I'm going to put this back. I've got 2 more frames. They're going to look very similar to this. I'm not going to disturb them though. Take a chance on angering the bees or hurting my queen. I've seen what I need to see. I know there's a queen in there. So now I'm just going to give them a little bit of smoke to drive them down in here, because I've got a few bees up on the top bar where they'll get crushed. Give them a little smoke so they'll get out of the way. And I'm going to gently move all of these top bars back into exactly the same position they were in before and get this completely closed up. Now that I'm doing this way, I can move several top bars at a time. And then take the empty one I had, the one that had no comb on it yet, and place it back into position. Got a few bees on it. I'm going to go ahead and shake them off. Dislodge a couple that are in the way. Get this top bar back into place. Now it's completely closed back up. Put my top back on. And everything's done. I'd consider this top bar experiment, at least thus far, to be a nice success. I'm really excited. Thanks for watching. Look for more bees. I have a queen experiment going on where for the first time I'm raising my own queens, and I'll probably put up some videos of that shortly. Have a good day.